Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Seasoned Vegan. Today I have a very cozy and comforting bake for you. These are apple muffins and they are absolutely perfect for fall. Well, perfect for any time of year, really. And they're very easy to make. They are spiced and just so good. So let me get right into the ingredients. They are also dairy-free, egg-free, vegan. So if that's your jam, keep on watching. So here are the ingredients that we are going to be using today. Obviously, we've got some apples, but let's start over here with our dry ingredients. We're going to be using flour, brown sugar, regular sugar, and what else we got here? We got some salt and some baking powder and some ground cinnamon. Those are the dry ingredients. And then if we move over here, these are our wet ingredients. So we have some melted butter, vegan butter, obviously, and I like to use Earth Balance brand. Here is my soy milk, and I am using unsweet, but if all you haven't sweetened, that's fine too. We've got some vanilla extract back there, and then water and flaxseed. That's how we make our vegan egg replacement. And the apples, obviously, and we just need one apple. Just one. So I got a little overzealous here and I pulled out 3, but it's even easier than that. So there we go. Those are all the ingredients. Now I'm going to get into the step-by-step tutorial. So let's get into it. Let's go. Step number 1 is to mix our flax seeds and water. That's why I like to use ground flax seeds. If you don't have ground flax seeds, you can probably blend them up or grind them up, mash them, or just go out and get some ground flax seeds, guys. They're perfect for vegans. Perfect for baking especially. It's like the best egg replacement in my opinion. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing about 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds into 5 tablespoons of water. And what we do is we just let this thicken. We let it thicken on the side while we get everything else ready, and there you go. Bada boom, bada bang. You got yourself a vegan egg replacement. Beautiful. And it's already starting to thicken. Can you see that? Give it a little jiggle. It's pretty cool. It turns into this like gelatinous substance that just helps I was gonna say moisturize your muffin. It just helps your muffin have more moisture and have everything kind of like stick together. It helps combine the wet and the dry. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next step, which is peeling and dicing our apple. So when you're dicing it, you're going to want to think about, the bite of the muffin when it's done baking. So do you want like a bigger chunk of apple, or do you want a smaller chunk of apple? Do you want no chunks of apple, This is the time to kind of think that through, because, that's how small or big you want to cut them. And like I said, I got out way too many apples. I don't know what I was thinking, but the best thing to do with leftover apple that you don't need, is to go find a dog and give it to them. If your dog isn't allergic and loves them. So let's find Captain. Where could he be? He's probably hanging out with his best friend in the office. There he is. And look at him. He's like, what? Apples for me? I love making this dog's day. It's the best. Look at him, you guys. He's so cute. I've been thinking I should start a channel just for Captain, because look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. I went back to the kitchen and then he followed me back, so I had to give him some more. He's just irresistible, I swear. Ugh. Okay, let's get back to this, you guys. We're making muffins. Okay? Focus. So let's jump into the next step, which is going to be mixing up all of our dry ingredients, all right? So we got to get out our bowl, and we're going to start with our flour. And also, you guys, all the measurements are going to be in the description below, as always, should you want to make this for yourself, and I bet you do. These are like an absolutely perfect breakfast or little snack, or just a little pick-me-up dessert if you need it at the end of the day. It's so good. So after the flour, now I'm putting in my baking powder, then I'm going in with some cinnamon, and do not skip the cinnamon, you guys. That's what gives it the like fall, cozy, spiced vibes. If you're not baking with cinnamon in the fall, you're missing out. All right, so now we're going to go in with our sugars. We've got our white sugar, regular granulated white sugar, and then we have some brown sugar. And I typically buy dark brown sugar. Just heads up, that's what I'm using, but I'm sure light brown sugar would be just as fine. So once all the wet ingredients are in your bowl, you're going to give them a really nice whisk. And since my brown sugar was a little clumpy, I am going to go in with my wooden spoon and kind of mash those clumps up just so that I have a nice even consistency. But I was thinking about it, and even if you have clumps of brown sugar, like how could that be bad? You know what I mean? How could it be bad? Okay guys, so check this out. Look at how thick. Look at that. Thick with 2 C's. Look at that flax. That is a flax egg replacement right there. And if you think that looks weird or disgusting, then I don't know, you just need like a perspective change. Don't you think that eating something that comes out of an animal's butt is disgusting? It's just about perspective, y'all. All right, so after the flax, I'm going in with my melted butter and then vanilla extract as well. Gotta get that flavor booster in there, and I just used the rest of it. I think it called for like 2 teaspoons. I don't know how much that was, but I just threw it all in there. Then I'm going in with my soy milk, and you guys know soy milk is my favorite plant-based milk. I think it's the superior plant milk. Just saying. That's my stance. But you can use whatever plant-based milk that you have around your house. Coconut, oat, almond. I'm sure that they would all work just as fine. So once the wet ingredients are into your mixture, you're going to mix it up with a wooden spoon. Don't overmix, you know. I say that a lot with my baking videos. Don't overmix, you guys. Just mix it until it's combined and then stop. Don't get all crazy. Then at this point, we're going to gently fold in our apples like so. And again, don't overmix, just get them in there. And now it's time to fill the muffin tray. Oh yeah. So I've got my liners already in there. If you don't have liners, go ahead and spray it with some oil, because let me tell you, trying to get muffins out of a pan that has not been prepared is so annoying and it sucks. So save yourself the headache. Don't do that. All right, so listen up. At this point, you can just bake them for 25 minutes and they would be absolutely delicious. However, I'm going to take it a step further because I'm me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up a brown sugar topping, throw it on top of the muffins, and then I'll bake them. So I've got some melted butter here, which I actually thought was a little too much melted butter. So I'm going to lower this in the description below so you will have the right, you know, consistency. But we've got our butter, we've got brown sugar, and some flour. And you're just going to mix that up until it kind of looks a little bit like that, but less wet. I did want it to be more like crumbly, but I kind of messed up. Straight up, I kind of messed up. I think it really is because I put too much butter. However, the flavor, you guys, cannot be beat. The flavor can't be beat. I am gonna, you know, be honest. These aren't the prettiest muffins I've ever made, but the flavor. So we're gonna bake them now, and here's a tip, okay? Don't skip this. So we're gonna bake them at 350 degrees for 5 minutes, okay? And then 5 minutes later, we're gonna up the temperature of our ovens to 425 degrees. Oh my gosh, I messed that up. I lied. I'm so sorry. I completely messed that up. No, we're gonna bake them at 425 degrees for 5 minutes and then lower the temperature to 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My bad. Anyway, that's gonna help them like rise, and they turn out really good if you do it this way. Just saying, okay? And I will put that in a like clearer description down below so that it's not confusing to you guys. But yeah, so check it out. This is what they look like when they come out of the oven. They really don't look super great. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I hear ya, but they taste absolutely phenomenal. Now, here's the reason that I don't like the way I did the brown sugar topping, because if you notice, some of it spilled out over the sides and it was just kind of a nightmare to take out. Take the cupcakes out. So I really do suggest being cleaner with that and making it more of a crumble consistency so that it doesn't like melt over the edges. Just take my advice. I promise they'll turn out really, really, really good. So yeah, I'm taking them out of the muffin tray off camera because oh my god, it was kind of a beast. I had to like tackle that, but all in all, I think that they look pretty good. They're not too bad here, in terms of like not falling apart when I was taking them out of the tin. They're kind of messy. We're gonna call it rustic. We're gonna call it homemade. We're gonna call it cozy. Okay, we're gonna stay positive. Some things, you know, they don't look beautiful on the outside, but by George, on the inside, are they just absolutely glorious? And that's the case for these muffins here, these apple muffins. But you guys, the bite and the flavor, so good. And you with that like bite of apple also coming through, just beautiful and delicious. So I hope that you guys make them. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I come out with weekly vegan recipes. Bye!